Okay, this is essentially how to remove the PATS board off the back of one of these gauge clusters for a 1999 through 2003 F150 or 1999 through 2002 Ford Expedition or Navigator. This cluster is out of an O2 Navigator, but they're pretty much exactly the same except appearance-wise. This is actually going in my truck, a 2003 F150. Now, PATS was a thing where was introduced in 1999 where it was more of a security thing. PATS meaning passive anti-theft system. All the information is stored on a board on the back that contains your mileage, PATS information, so on and so forth. In short, if that PATS board doesn't match, if the info on it doesn't match your truck, it's not going to start. But moving on, we'll start on the back at this point to get the board off. Now, on the back here, it's going to be the same as the front. You're going to have seven screws, one of these, where they have a Torx bit in the top. It is a T15. You'll be able to reach the front ones fine with just a normal small socket. I think it's like a 5.5 or 6 millimeter. But on the back, you're definitely going to need something long like this. Just a screwdriver with a T15 Torx attachment to fit in these small gaps. After you do that, this just comes right off, and this is your board. This is normally plugged in. I've already taken it off, but just take this off, and this is the board that's going to be linked to your truck. You can take this off. It just simply pulls off, and you can put this on any cluster you want. You can put it on one you get from another seller, or as I'm doing, on a Navigator one to change it up, or anything among that. But this is pretty much what you do what you please. And we'll put, and also actually on a side note, I know a lot of people have wondered about their odometers going off and on. It's these pins right here. They have cold solder issues, so just put some solder back over that, and that'll fix that up. And yes, your mileage is constantly recorded, it just isn't displayed. So don't worry about that. Now, let's get that back on there. Now, moving back to, I'm going to have to grab that. Moving back to the front, as I said, it's the same thing. 7 screws, 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom. This clear cover comes right off. Grab that. Now this bezel is just part of the they did for the Navigators, but it just comes right off, and the gauge cluster wouldn't fall down. And see, it looks pretty similar to, one of the F150s for the most part. Just different looks. They come with white needles instead of that, and the outline for the actual bezel. To remove this face, these are just held on they sit on pins, so use a fork or a special tool that comes with the new needles. Not taking that off, as I'm going to be using this cluster. After that, as I said, this face just comes right off with just watching out for these pins right here, or where it was glued onto the actual housing. But other than that, just pretty easy to do that. The stopper pins themselves, they're just pushed in on that point. You can see the 4 holes right there. Some aftermarket faces are thicker, stainless steel ones specifically, but single layers like these, very easy to put on. But other than that, any questions, just leave down in the comments. Thanks.